unusual among traditional crisis countries with IMF programs. They did not have the kind of austerity that so often pushes an economy down. Well, I think it got right that it was more transparent, that it was more engaged with citizens than it was in other countries. I think it got right that it was less contractionary than it was in other countries. It was more supportive of capital controls. It allowed the government to set its own framework. It was very supportive of this restructuring. So I think all of those were movements in the right direction. The direction which Iceland did, having the shareholders and the bondholders be accountable, is absolutely essential, I think, going forward. I don't think that the problems are necessarily over yet. The debts are still in the process of being restructured. 2 of the major banks are foreign-owned. The financial sector in every country is often misaligned with the interest of the country itself. And that's even more so when there's often foreign ownership. And finally, there is this legal issue that's hanging over the country of what will happen to the IceSaver accounts. I think, from my own point of view, what Iceland did was right. It would have been wrong to burden future generations with the mistakes of the financial system and the failure in UK or Netherlands to adequately regulate. And I think we've learned one of the lessons for Europe is that the single market principle needs to be questioned. I think in that span of time, provided the world economy maintains, recovers, which is a big, big if, then I think Iceland will move into a more normal situation. The economy is going to have to grow substantially to attract back some of the people who migrated out. The continuing fallout from the legacy of the mismanagement before the crisis, continuing to deal with the restructuring problems, are going to be very important. Many people in Iceland have said that the economy was very badly distorted before the crisis. The financial sector was bloated, and that diverted valuable resources, including human capital, from being allocated to other areas which would have been better for the long-term growth of the country. Iceland has other difficulties, to a large extent a resource-based economy. Resource-based economies traditionally have problems of overvalued exchange rates, making it difficult for other industries to become competitive. Managing the exchange rate is always difficult. Right now it has an advantage of a low exchange rate, but as recovery occurs, there will be pressures for the exchange rate to appreciate, and that will make it difficult to sustain growth. Could it have done with less austerity? And would that have allowed the country to grow more, avoided so many people migrating out of the country? I think it's an open question. My proclivity is to say that it could have done with a little bit less austerity.